Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bayou Time Sports. Northwestern State University football has been in the doldrums for the last few years. Remember, just a couple of years ago, we thought they might even do away with that football program as they did not complete their season. They're trying to get things back together. Obviously, when they play our Colonels here in Thibodaux or in Natchitoches, it's the battle of the NSUs, right? It's always that big game, and it's going to be a big game this year. At Media Days for the Southland Conference, Northwest State staff gives us a little insight to what we might see from that team this upcoming year.
Thanks. We're awful glad to be here at the Southland Conference Media Days. Everything here has been great. I think the guys have had a good experience, and Chris Grant and his staff have done a great job putting this on. And it's football season. When you come here, you know it's time to go. And I think we've had a great summer, going into year two with our staff at Northwestern State. We're excited about where we are. We've come a long way. We've had a lot of great growth culturally. Our talent's gotten better. We're still extremely young. I think we'll put out the youngest roster in the country this year, no question, with 50 freshmen and redshirt freshmen and 22 sophomores. But we're excited to get going and see what 2025 holds.
And we'll start with questions for the student athletes, and let's start with Cam and Caleb. As you enter this year as returners, and as you hear Coach say, a younger squad, how important is it to be a leader on this team, to lead this squad and lead these younger guys? Let's start with Cam and then go to Caleb.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just leading by example. You always want to put yourself on the forefront, just show them the right way to do things, the right way to carry yourself, and just be an overall, good person as well as a good player.
Yeah, just to piggyback off what Cam said, you just want to lead by example. You want to be that guy that they can count on at any moment in time, not just on the field, but off the field as well. Show them how to do things in the classroom, show them how to represent ourselves off campus and in the community, and just be a lead by example.
You guys both talked about the community a little bit. Can you talk about what Natchitoches means to you and just what type of home field advantage you have there for your games?
Yeah, there's nothing like the city of Natchitoches. It's a small town, but it has a very big heart. Everybody knows everybody. They love the sports teams there. So it just has that hometown feel to it. You kind of just adjust really quickly. And I really love the support there. So I'm very excited to have everybody, the students, the fans, everybody, family, just come support us this year.
Natchitoches, it holds a big place in my heart. I've only been there for a year, but just going around town, people in the community know who you are. They know that you're a football player, and so that's why we kind of hold ourselves to that higher standard. And Natchitoches has a great history, of winning and just a great history of being there. And so that's what we want to do as players, is bring that history back. And everyone in the community, obviously after the season last year, they still support us. They're still there for us, and they're ready for us to bring that history back.
Obviously, and I've asked this to the other two Louisiana schools that we've seen, but you guys are surrounded by in-state universities, and then there's obviously some great schools here in Texas as well. Who would you personally, each of you, say is your personal rival? Obviously, you have the battle for the NSU trophy each year with Nichols and things, but is there one school that you would consider your personal rival in the Southland Conference?
I wouldn't say there's a specific school. I'm just looking forward to competing with all those guys. Each team, they're well coached. They have great players. It's a very fun league, so I'm definitely excited to play this year.
Personally, as the last year, my personal rival, East Texas A&M. I'm looking forward to playing them. So
I'm sure they're excited about having a Southland Conference rival, just being one of the newer schools in the Southland. Thank you, guys.
What was it like, though? Obviously, you did have a rivalry that did return last year in SFA and playing for the Chiefs. So what was it like? What was that atmosphere like to have that rivalry back? Obviously a short distance to Natchitoches, Nacogdoches. What was that experience like for you all? Let's start with Caleb this time and then go Cam.
So actually, I wasn't able to play that game. I was out with a concussion, but just preparing for that game and just hearing the guys in that atmosphere and everything, it was great. They were ready to battle for that trophy. They were ready to take it back home to NSU, and it just sounded like a great atmosphere. And all the guys, it brought a higher level of competition towards that game. So
It was a great experience. I have a lot of respect for SFA and their coaches, their players. Well-coached team, very disciplined. They always have great athletes. So just being able to have, a great rivalry with such a great team, it's very exciting to, be on the field with them and, watch greatness.
I imagine it's got to be excited to get them at home this year, I would think, and see that atmosphere in your home crowd, I would think. So that's great. Anything else from the audience?
Coach, first question for you. Obviously, you come from Division III levels, so what would you say the biggest difference has been going from Belhaven to the D1 level with the Demons?
I get that question a lot, and I don't think the differences are as big as people think. College football is college football. Obviously, the recruiting things are a little bit different with, portals and NILs and all those things, but those are all just things that you kind of learn and adapt to as you go. But prior to being at Belhaven, 20 years of my career was at the FCS level across the country, so it was really probably a pretty easier transition for me than maybe a lot of people might think because I'd spent so much time there. But the one thing that I would say is what we took over at Belhaven and what we took over at Northwestern State, culturally, academically, talent level, where the program was, is extremely similar. And there's a lot of, our staff jokes sometimes about the things that we're going through now and rebuilding the program at Northwestern State are the exact same things we went through at Belhaven. So that gives us a lot of encouragement as a staff to know that we've kind of been down that road before and on the right track. But
again, that was a look at the Northwestern State Demons, one of Nicholls' big opponents this upcoming year. The battle of the NSUs. Again, Northwestern State competing in the Southland Conference, trying to get things together. Got to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
This segment was brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.